project later, and they had done so much work already, and a lot of people had already recorded, so I kind of got this PowerPoint presentation of what the idea was, and I couldn't believe it was, the setting was the mind of an 11-year-old girl. I just loved that that was the setting. I just thought, I honestly believed from the minute they told me the idea, I was like, well, this film's gonna be the best Pixar movie ever made, and it's gonna make the most money and it's gonna win an Oscar. That's what I thought from the minute. I'm sorry, but not to me, like, but that's from the minute they told me, I was like, this is the best movie ever made, and it'll be the only good movie I've ever been in. And I can't believe I'm in it. And so.
Because they sent me a box of stuff with a letter in which they said that I may not know who Pixar is, which meant either that they were crazy or they thought I was just some sort of a recluse. And so they said that they had this role of anger. Well, that fit, and that I'd be interested in it, and maybe if I didn't know them, then they sent me all their stuff, like, you know, all these things that I'd seen.
They're real.
They sent me everything, and a big nice book. I mean, I think I made out better than any of you.
As always, I'm speechless. No, I was very excited to get the call, and I really don't know the magnitude of it even now, I don't believe. I was just really happy to go to Emeryville and have Pete and Jonas tell me the story and see the pictures, and immediately without missing a beat, I said, yes, 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 please. And had a great time, and I don't know.
For me, my core memory was that my mother, who was my absolute best friend, when she was an OBGYN, and when I was very, very little, I would have that thing with my brother. I was very competitive about spending time with her alone, like one-on-one is so important to me, that no one be around except the two of us. And she came back from work, and she was in her scrubs, and she had spent the night at the hospital, and I grew up in Boston, so she had brought home Dunkin' Donuts. She had a jelly donut, which I had never seen as a kid, and I sat in her lap in the kitchen and we shared a jelly donut. So it was like everything I'd ever want in the world, which was undivided attention from my mother, and being exposed to this like delicious new sweet filled with another sweet. So that to me is like such an important core memory.
I loved Cruella de Vil, right?
Yeah.
She was a funny character.
Yeah.
A meaty character part for a woman, Cruella de Vil. May we all get to our Cruella de Vil stage in her months. And now that I have kids, watching Pixar movies with them, you know, and they love them all. I love WALL-E. It's like I just love the first 35 minutes of no talking. Again, like the audacity.
Yeah.
To make a movie like that. It's not like the big risk, big reward philosophy of Pixar. Like this film is like really like high concept, and you know, every film right now is going external. You know, everything's about like, you know, made up stakes and like the world is ending and like superheroes and people are like, you know, you have to save the diamond, you get the diamond from the computer chip place.
They had to get the diamond from the computer chip place. Matthew McConaughey. Gotta get that diamond from the computer chip place, so the world's gonna turn into an ice ball. Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan. Ice ball, yeah.
Ice ball. Computer chip store.
Well, I noticed my daughter growing up being a little less goofy and wacky and funny and a little more shy because she had turned 11. And at the same time, I was looking at different ideas for a film and thought about emotions as characters. So the basic pitch that I gave to Jonas at first and then ultimately John was, what if we have an 11-year-old girl who's moved across the country, but she's actually not the main character, she's the setting. Because inside her head are her emotions that help her deal with everyday life. And it was pretty much just that simple of a concept. I didn't really have a story yet. That came from working with Judge Cooley and Ronnie Del Carmen, all the amazing story talents that we have, slowly developed over the next 4 years.
There used to be an attraction at Epcot called Cranium Command that I loved as a kid, and kind of the basic premise is obviously isn't a military inside of a head running a whole body, but so it kind of gives that feel a little bit of Cranium Command. Were you guys inspired by that attraction at all in the development process?
Well, we're huge fans of the park. I mean, Epcot, 45 minutes after you pitch this movie, I'm like, we got to call the guy, we got to get a ride at Epcot. This is got to go back to Epcot. So yeah, we had been on that and loved that. I mean, you're right, that was more, you're right, a military command center.
I actually animated on that when I was at Disney in '89. And at the beginning, there's a pre-show with all the heads. So I did a lot of the Xerox, and my head was in it, so that was kind of cool. I think it actually showcases kind of the difference between the approach. In this film, we really made it, well, let me talk about that one. It was like they were talking to the stomach and the heart and the liver and different things. In this one, we said, let's just differentiate from the body and make it the mind. And so that allowed us a whole different playground.